my name is Arshay, and today you are going to build your first website as a beginner. Now, before we go into making websites, we need to learn the basics of what websites are. And if you guys don't know, I'm going to teach you. Okay, now I'm going to bring up an example of a website. So, this website here, okay? I'm going to briefly explain what a website is. Okay, so now a website is a collection of web pages that are accessed from the URL. They're grouped together using hyperlinks. Okay, I'll briefly go through what hyperlinks and web pages are. First, hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are buttons that you can press on a website and it takes you onto a different page. So, this is one example of a hyperlink as it takes you to a different page. Okay? And now I have to inform you of what web pages are, as it is so fundamental for anyone who wants to create websites. Web pages are similar to hyperlinks, but in a way they can be different, because web pages are single pages that contain information about one particular topic. So these are examples of web pages because it contains different topics. So let's click on About Us. And this is one example of what a web page is, because it briefly talks to you about one topic. For example, let's go to exam results, sorry. Yeah, this is an example of what web pages are, because it particularly talks about one particular topic on a website. Right, now you've learned the basics of what websites are, we are going to create our first website together. First of all, there is a programming language called HTML, and it is being used to create the building blocks of a website. So, to create our first website together, there's a programming language called VS Code, and you guys have to download this in order to create a website. Okay, so just search VS Code on Google, like I am doing. Click on download. Click on Windows if you have Windows, or if you have Mac, click on Mac. So I'm going to click on Windows as I have Windows. Okay. So where you see this drop down arrow on the right hand side, click on it. Then click on recent download history where it says VS Code. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, let it load. Yep, now you have to go through these steps. So where it says license agreement, click I accept the agreement. If you click I do not accept the agreement, then you will not be able to download the software. Click next. Yep. Then click install. And there we go. It should download any second. Okay, just wait until it. Right, now once you are on VS Code and once you come on this page, what you need to do is click on new file and name it as index.html. Press enter and then create file. Okay, now to start writing HTML code, we need to write the boilerplate of the code. So all you need to do is shift, exclamation mark, then press tab. And that's how you should do it. Then you'll gather the first few lines of your code. Okay, right. So between the title tags, where it says document, you need to erase that and then name it my first website. And the reason why we're doing this, because you know on the URL, sometimes they have a title. You know what I mean, right? So on the URL, you should see my first website. Okay, right. And then between the body, you should have a h1 tag. and the h1 tag determines what the heading of the website will be. So, for example, my heading will be Ashay's first website. Okay, right. Once you've done this, you should try and open up your website. So I'll show you how to do that. So click on File Explorer. Okay, and wherever you saved it, you should be able to find it. Okay, right. Now, once you found your file that starts with index, what I want you to do is right click on it. Yep, right click on it. Then click on Open With, and then choose whatever browser you'd like. And then see you made your very first website as a beginner. So